This is a common scene in many homes across our country. Here we've got a well-organized store of food waiting for an emergency. Over the years, there's been many improvements in home food storage. Today's home storage includes a wide variety of highly nutritious and flavorful foods. Our modern packaging processes and materials have given our food a longer shelf life. And we've even got shelving systems that make the rotation of our food effortless. However, there's one area of food storage where there's been little innovation at all, and that has to do with water storage. I'm Kyle Lefebvre, owner of Sure Water, your final solution for high-capacity water storage. Water is undisputedly the most essential part of any food storage system. Yet compared with its importance, water receives very little attention. According to the American Red Cross, each person should store a minimum of 1 gallon of water per person per day. Now, there are many other experts who claim that this is not nearly enough. They say that the actual storage needs is closer to 2 or 3 gallons of water per person per day. Now, during times of crisis or emergency, we'll conserve water and use only what is necessary. But it's been my experience that most people do not store even enough water for their basic needs, especially nowadays as more people are storing freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. And in fact, according to many online sources, the average American uses up to 50 gallons of water per person per day, and that's one of these. There are 3 main factors that go into planning your emergency water system: cost, space, and ease of rotation. On our website, we've created a simple chart called the 250-gallon challenge. This chart illustrates the cost effectiveness of buying a Sure Water tank. It shows that, on average, a Sure Water tank occupies less than half the square footage of other tanks or containers, and it addresses the most important issue of water rotation. Again, the American Red Cross suggests that tap water stored in tanks or barrels be rotated every 6 months. This timely rotation of your water not only ensures that your water is safe, but it also greatly improves the quality and taste of your water. Let's first talk about the anatomy of a Sure Water tank. All Sure Water tanks are made out of an FDA-approved high-density polyethylene. Basically, they're made out of a plastic that's safe for storing water for people to consume. All of our tanks are a dark blue color. Now, what this does is it lessens the amount of light that comes through the tank, so it slows the algae growth. All of our tanks have a screw-on lid, or what we call a manway. You can fill the tank or clean the tank through this opening, and you can see in the middle there are little valves that allow air to flow in and out of the tank as the water rises and falls, so you don't have any airlock. You can see that we outfit all of our tanks with 2 spigots. The upper spigot is called our Easy Fill spigot. It's positioned in a way that you can put a bucket or a pan underneath it. That way you can utilize the water down to this level without the need for a hose. The bottom spigot is for filling or for draining the tank. To drain a Sure Water tank, you simply take a regular rigid garden hose, connect it to the spigot, run it out onto your lawn or garden, and then open the valve. With a little help of gravity, the tank will drain itself. How does this compare to a 55-gallon drum? Well, as you can see, the outlets on the 55-gallon drum are located on the top. To drain this water, you need to move the full tank to a floor drain or outside, and with the help of a siphon or a pump, you can slowly drain the water out. It gets even more complicated if, like many, you've had to save space and stack these drums. Now you're going to need a footstool or a ladder to get to the top of this drum to drain it before you can even access the water in the bottom. Let's talk about how easy it is to fill a Sure Water tank. Each Sure Water tank comes with 2 quarter-turn ball valve hose spigots. Now, these are full port valves, and that's important because what that means is when the valve is open, the interior diameter of the valve is every bit as big or bigger than the hose that you're using to fill it with. So these tanks will fill from the bottom every bit as fast as they will from the top. To fill a Sure Water tank, you're going to need our 12-inch hose coupling. It's got a female hose end on both sides. You attach the coupling to the tank, the coupling to your hose, and then you run the hose to the nearest spigot. Now, it's important that you don't use a regular garden hose to fill this with. Garden hoses put toxins and lead in the water that pass through them. You can see that we've chosen a food-safe hose made out of material. Now, we love these hoses. These hoses are great because when you're not using them, they're rolled up on a spool. and they stay clean and dry waiting for the next time you're going to use it, which will only be once or twice a year. Before starting up this business, I spoke with a lot of different families about their home water storage. It seems to me that most people fall into one of three categories. You've got those families that have some water storage, but it's not nearly enough for an emergency situation. Your second group of people, they've purchased some water barrels, but for some reason or another, they've never filled them. They just didn't know where to start. Your third group of people, they've purchased barrels and they've filled them, but if you ask them the last time they rotated their water, they just can't remember. At Surewater, we want to take all the guesswork out of water storage so that you can be sure that your water is fresh, you can be sure that you have enough water, and you can be sure that your water is safe. Please visit us at surewatertanks.com or call toll-free 1-800-797-2207.